Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Let's Fix Haiti podcast, where we are encouraging the reading, appreciation, and application of the 1987 Constitution of Haiti. My name is James Ulysse. I'm a Haitian American living in Haiti, and I will be speaking for the majority of the podcasts, if not all of them. I'll be speaking to Jacques Jonassaint. And why would you want to listen to myself or Jacques Jonassaint speaking on the Constitution of Haiti or Haiti itself? Well, Jacques Jonassaint holds a Bachelor of Science Degree in managerial accounting from Utah Valley University and also holds a master's degree in political management from the George Washington University School of Political Management. He was also the special envoy of President Emile during the 1991 to 1994 Haiti crisis. He participated with the pre-negotiations of the Port-au-Prince Accord signed by former President Jimmy Carter and President Emile Jonassaint on September 18th, 1984. Hello, Jacques.
Hello, James. It's not 1984, though. It's 1994.
Of 1994. Thank you for the correction. My apologies.
No worries.
So with everything that's going on in Haiti, obviously these conversations are important. And, you know, the Constitution of Haiti, something very, very important to yourself. And many people, especially my age, I'm 37 years old, many people my age have not read the Constitution of Haiti. So I think it would be good to begin by looking at the 1987 Constitution of Haiti and looking at the preamble. What does it say? And then we'll start to get your thoughts on the current situation in Haiti and how the Constitution should be playing a role.
Well, as you know, James, I have shared with you many times in our private conversation. That is to say that if someone is a Christian and they say they don't know or haven't read the New Testament, it's kind of like, okay, so how are you a Christian and you haven't read the New Testament? And maybe they don't read. Okay, that's fine. But there's audios. So if you've never listened to anything, how is it that then you have done that? So in essence, people might say, well, they don't know how to read, so they cannot read the Constitution. And I think what we are suggesting with this, number one, people would say, well, yeah, but you're having something in English, and Haitians only speak, Creole and French. Most Haitians speak Creole or French or both, and some Haitians, of course, speak English. But my view is we're doing this for two audiences. We're doing this just not for Haitians. We're doing this also for people in the government of the United States and elsewhere that do not read the Constitution of Haiti and impose their view based on their own laws to govern Haiti, and they are baffling when things do not work. They're baffled by that. Well, it doesn't work because you're not even taking the time to read the Haitian Constitution and see if what you are proposing is adequate or pertain to the Constitution, or in fact break away from what the Constitution has prescribed. So therefore, you are encouraging Haitian leaders, political leaders, and business people to just do whatever they want. It's the good old saying in Haiti, Jean le passé, le passé. Tout vum se do. So we have to change the context where both international governments and Haitians themselves, whether they are outside of Haiti or inside of Haiti, they start realizing there is a rule or a set of rules that govern how to do things in Haiti. And if you don't know what it is, you're always going to be in this chaotic mess.
Okay. And speaking of the chaotic mess, what are some examples right now of how the Constitution of 1987 is not being applied, for example?
Well, right now you've got people in I don't know, they've got 7 so-called president, okay, that are governing supposedly a body of a prime minister and his ministers, and those quote unquote seven president, they have one that preside that those seven president. It's a mess not only because of it's nonsensical. It's also a mess because it is costing Haiti a boatload of money that Haiti doesn't even have. Imagine if you've got to give security to seven presidents instead of one. So that means you've got seven times the security cost that you would have to give to one president. Now you multiply that by seven. Then, in addition to that, you've got to propose some kind of a salary for them. You have to give them some kind of a per diem if they're gonna travel. So you add that, and you don't have money to start with. Why would you want to have to pay seven people as a head of state? And then you have the government, the prime minister, and all of his cabinet ministers, and you've got a whole bunch. As an example, James, the most successful economy in Haiti under a government was under the government of Dumarcet Estimé. Dumarcet Estimé had six cabinet ministers. Six.
Mm-hmm.
Six. Okay? The most successful government in Haiti. Why don't we just get to six cabinet ministers? You reduce the overhead to cost to government. So
Right.
the people of Haiti would have more money because you're not paying a bunch of guys. Or when I said guys, I include, women and men
Mm-hmm.
to do a job that six people can do. Do you need a ministry of sports? Do you need a ministry of this, a ministry of that? No, you need just a few cabinet ministers. You can have directors to do certain things. You can have, lower level people to do certain things specifically inside of another ministry. But you don't need to have 12 of them or 15 of them, whatever the number we have now. It's craziness. Plus, again, let's go back to the fact you don't even have that kind of money.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time you have a minister, you have to pay for his house, you have to provide security for that person, and so on and so forth. All on the back of the Haitian people who doesn't even have the money to pay their bills. So shrink the government, make it more efficient, and go with what you need, strictly what you need.
Hmm. Yeah. So we see what's happening in Haiti right now. The problems are, even if you don't have any political background, you see that things are just not right. The Constitution, if it were to be applied, would fix this. Apparently, we would hope. And so let's I'll read the preamble of the 1987 Constitution, and I'll get your thoughts on this, just how important and the weight of what is being said here. So it says, the Haitian people proclaim this constitution in order to ensure their inalienable and imprescriptible rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in conformity with the Act of Independence of 1804 and the Universal Declaration of the Rights of Man in 1948, constitute a socially just, economically free, and politically independent Haitian nation, establish a strong and stable state capable of protecting the country's values, traditions, sovereignty, independence, and national vision, implant democracy, which entails ideological pluralism and political rotation, and affirm the inviolable rights of the Haitian people, strengthen national unity by eliminating all discrimination between the urban and rural populations, by accepting the community of languages and culture, and by recognizing the right to progress, information, education, health, employment, and leisure for all citizens. Ensure the separation and the harmonious distribution of the powers of the state at the service of the fundamental interests and priorities of the nation. And finally, set up a system of government based on fundamental liberties and the respect for human rights, social peace, economic equity, concerted action, and participation of all the people in major decisions affecting the life of a nation through effective decentralization. What is going wrong? This is what is written at the beginning of the Constitution. Is this being implemented? If not, why not?
Well, let's take the one word that you just mentioned. You just read about the one word that is very, very critically important in this. It's the word that they have in there called decentralization.
Mm,
Okay. Fortunately for us, there are a lot of examples of why we are not successful in Haiti. In the time where Jean-Claude Duvalier was still president in 1986, there were a group of very knowledgeable people that in his government talked about decentralization. In other words, my mother used to say La République de Port-au-Prince. Okay,
mm,
because there's a
mhm.
concentration of power inside of Port-au-Prince.
Right.
And to decentralize Haiti, which has been talked about, including in that constitution. And not only this constitution talked about the decentralization of Haiti, but like I said, there's a research document that I found in my research that basically was paid by the USAID. And they did research while Duvalier Jean Claude was president about decentralizing Haiti, which means that you give each department, you treat them as the states in the United States. They are independent. They elect their own body of governors or people that can manage the state or the province, as we used to
Mhm,
call them. And you allow those people total, not allow them, they have total independence and autonomy. They have
mm,
their own bank account and they govern that department. And
right.
then in the 1987 Constitution, they introduced what they call the Interdepartmental Council, which is those people that are running those departments. They then have the right, constitutional right, to attend cabinet meeting of the government when the prime ministers are meeting with their ministers. They are there. They
Mhm,
they they can send someone, at least they don't have to all be there, all five of them, whatever. But they send someone there from each department to listen to what's happening and to give feedback. If you're gonna do something say in Jean Rabel, the guy that is from the Northwest, he probably knows more about Jean Rabel than you do. So he might be able to tell you, no, 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 I don't think that's gonna work for us in Jean Rabel. If you're doing something about, in Lekai, the guy that is from the south can tell you, no, that's not the way we would do it if, in Lekai. So you get feedback from the people that are the most concerned because they are closest to the people that you're governing. It's a beautiful thing. We never did it. And you're supposed to have elections for those people for that are gonna run those departments. We never did. We never. I mean, it's mind-boggling to me that in 1986 the Constitution was written. In 1987 it was voted, and the first general elections under that Constitution did not even have elections for people that the Constitution says you must elect to govern the states.
mhm,
We just ignore it, okay? And
right.
it's been ignored ever since. We just don't have a clue. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And I'm putting the blame also on the international community because they were there in 1987 when that constitution was approved. They were there in 1990 when we were having elections, the first elections under that constitution. So that means they acquiesced, they agreed to not having those other elections conducted so that each department would have their own elected officials. and their own people to govern it, independent from the state and the Republic of Haiti, because each one of those departments have the right to be autonomous and self-sufficient and be governed
Right.
by their own people, people that are the closest to them and to their plights, and knows the department better than the people in Port-au-Prince.
Mm, mm,
So the fault, in my view, the sin is also in at the feet of the international community that claim to support Haiti, that says, oh, we are the friends of Haiti. Well, if you are the friends of Haiti, the question is, are you the friends of the Haitian people? Forget Haiti. Are you the friends of the Haitian people? I don't think you are, because the things that you have been doing for the past 20, 30 years is commensurate with mayhem. It's criminal. You're not supporting the Haitian people. That's my opinion.
mm. And with that, there are two areas I know you're passionate about, obviously from our conversations: kleptocracy and trying to counter that in Haiti, and then also teaching and education in Haiti. So starting with kleptocracy and the problem of corruption and stealing, you've sent me this information here from the Institute of Public Policy and Diplomacy Research, an article written in March of 2023 titled The Need for a Democratic Playbook on Counter Kleptocracy for Her Advancement. And so they provide 5 points here as, the answer to what is a democratic playbook on counter kleptocracy. And they provide 5 points. They talk about, we need a strong and independent institutions, transparency and accountability, anti-money laundering measures, whistleblower protection, international cooperation. But as you're pointing out, you're saying the Haitian Constitution of 1987 already provides for all these. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, sure, of course. Thanks for the questions. That's a beautiful question, by the way, James. The fact of the matter is, we have six independent institutions in the in the in the 1987 Constitution. Okay, one of them, and I think the first one that they say should exist, is one that is, kind of looking at the books. Okay, well, you have that. You have one of those. It's in fact, those guys cannot be. I think they are there for a certain period of time. I don't remember how long, and you can't just do things in. But it's the auditing. It's an auditing, independent auditing of the Haitian state, and that independent auditing of the Haitian states, you have to hire competent people that have studied accounting, and particularly forensic accounting, because it's not just you know accounting. Now you're talking about forensic accounting, people that can go in, investigate, and you cannot fire them. Okay, so unless, of course, they're doing something, killing someone, or flagrant délit, you find them doing something, obviously, of course, they can be fired for cause, but you can't fire them. So therefore, they have total independence. And that court, which is the court of auditors, they call it, those guys, they can audit anybody they want, and they should. In particular, when someone, let's say you're going to be prime minister, okay, then you have to take all of your financials and your bank statements and everything else to them, and you have to file it, and they have to have that on record. And when you leave office, they do the same thing. You bring them what is your current updated financial record, so they can see if there's any discrepancy. Did you have two houses when you started and now you have five? Or did you have one houses when you started and now you have three? Or did you
Right.
have one houses, and when you end, you just have the same house? Or and so on and so forth. And those are those what I would call visible things from your statement. But they are invisible things. They can look to see if you had put cash somewhere else, if you had, and so on and so forth. That's their job, and
Right.
that's a very important job. We don't use it.
Mm.
At least to my knowledge, I remember when, for instance, Jean-Bertrand Aristide was president, after his presidency, I requested publicly, which I can do under the Haitian Constitution. I said, "Hey, we would like for you to publish, your financial state now. Tell us what you have."
Hmm.
He didn't. And I requested at the time in that petition for members of the Senate and Haitians to sign it. Only one person signed that, my dad and a friend of his. Nobody else in Haiti signed it. Nobody else.
Right. Hmm.
If you don't citizens that are engaged in the welfare of the nation, that nation will not be healthy.
Right.
It's as simple as that. The United States, everybody can say that's the best country on earth. But if you don't have engaged citizens that are looking for things that are not okay, that the government is doing in the United States, you're gonna have chaotic situation and you're gonna have mayhem. And I remember one of the founders of the U.S. Constitution stated at some point in time, if men were angels, you would not need a government. Okay.
Right.
The reason you have a government is because men needs rules, and
Hmm.
and they and they need other people to implement and apply those rules and keep your feet to the fire, so to speak.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you're gonna have Jean passé le passé. You're gonna have chaos.
Right. Yeah. And that's why, we're, like we said at the beginning, at the top of this podcast, we're not encouraging just the reading and the appreciation of the Constitution, but the application of it as well. It's probably the missing key here.
Well, the word that comes to mind, James, sorry for interrupting you, by the way.
Sure.
The word that comes to mind is engagement. Okay?
Mm.
Citizens must be engaged in the societal construct where they live. You have to be engaged. You have to be a full participant. And I know people have their children, they have their husband or wives, and they have their household to take care of, and they have tons of things. But you know what? If you don't take care of your city, of your country, of your province, of your states, if you don't watch out, one day you're gonna wake up and say, "What the heck happened?" Well, it's not the job of the elected officials to do the right things. It is your job to make sure they are doing the right things. They are your representative. And if you're not telling them, "No, no, 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 I don't agree with what you're saying here, pal, or what you want to do over here, ma'am." So, because you have to stay engaged with them and tell them when you disagree with something they are doing. But if you don't say anything and they keep doing it and you're not saying anything, in a couple of days or in a couple of weeks or in a couple of years, you're gonna find yourself that they've changed the way you think things were supposed to be. That you were not there to say no. So it's already done.
Right. Absolutely. And as we move on, we talked about kleptocracy. We're moving on to education and teaching. I know that's something very near and dear to your heart, especially the way the Constitution asks for the education to take place in Haiti. So I think it's a good place to transition over here into what Section F of the 1987 Constitution talks about. So here we're going to go through a little bit more article by article. Here we have a couple
Well,
articles.
before you do that, James, let me
Sure.
digress a little bit, okay? Because there's something that I think we need to make sure that people understand when we're talking about kleptocracy, okay? Kleptocracy is really essentially when you have a small group of rich people basically participating in the electoral process, participating in the governance process because of their capital, financial capital, social capital, intellectual capital. It's almost like you have a little clique, a little group of people, and they form a kind of government by themselves. And you have people that are elected, that you think are elected by you, but those people are subservient to the rules of those kleptocrats. So you may have 5, 10, 20 people that are basically governing you. You don't realize that, or you do realize that, but there's nothing you can do about it unless you educate your people. And then, as they are educated in a majority, they go to vote, and they vote for the people that will not be under the thumbs of those kleptocrats. Because what's happened is election costs money. As an example, to become president of Haiti, you would spend at the very minimum $15 million. At the very minimum. And that's, to give you an example that is very concrete. The day of the elections, you've got, let's say, the number of polls places. You have to cover them. You have to have at least 4 to 5 people covering each polls places. Those 4 to 5 people, you have to give them food and water and transportation and communications, multiplied by 1,000 plus. In fact, there's more than 1,000 polls places in Haiti. Just in that one day, your spending as a candidate for president or senator, well, the senator is less, but any national candidate, okay, would spend more than $5 million. I'm talking about US dollars now. So imagine who's gonna raise that money for you if it is not the rich people. In general, they give you the money, and they make sure that you become the next president, and they make sure that in fact, you do what you are told. So if in fact the diaspora, the Haitian living abroad and the Haitian living in Haiti do not even understand that part, because I can tell you, I have talked to Haitian candidates for presidents, multiple of them. They don't even know what I just said. When I said that to them, they go like, "Oh, you serious?" Okay. So they don't even understand, as a candidate for president, that they've got a big, big, big obstacle ahead of them unless they can raise that kind of money one way or the other. Now, can you raise that kind of money with regular folks? Yes, but you have to be doing it at the very beginning, and you have to know what you're doing. The problem is we are doing things in Haiti upside down all the time because we just don't even think through. The reason I think this conversation with you is important and critical is, hopefully before the next elections in Haiti, we would have enough people that may have listened to us, pay attention to what we are saying, and realize, wait a minute, we've got to do this differently. The diaspora need to be engaged. Another failed things, if I may add that very quickly,
Sure.
they make the diaspora thinks he cannot vote because non diaspora pas qu'à voter. Says who? The Constitution never says if you are living in New York or living in Pakistan or living in New Jersey or living in Florida, you cannot vote. The Haitian government and their own kleptocrats doesn't want the diaspora involved because they know the diaspora has a good knowledge of a lot of things, sometimes more than they do. They don't want the competition. So they block the diaspora with a lie, saying that the diaspora cannot vote. It's not in the Constitution. Any Haitian can vote, whether they are in Russia or in China or in Timbuktu. They can go to a Haitian consulate and said, "Okay, I'm here to vote.
Right.
Here's my Haitian documentation. I'm a true Haitian. Okay, then vote." the Haitian government has not allowed that to happen either because, again, the kleptocrats tell the Haitian government not to allow the diaspora to participate because they don't want the competition. We got to change things because we got to get involved and we need to know the law. If you don't know the rules of the game, you're always going to be outside. And that's what the diaspora is now. We are outside. We give $3 billion to $4 billion every year to Haitians, to Haiti, and our family and friends. And we got nothing to show for it. Why? Because the same kleptocrats take the money, the US dollars we send, they capture it, and they give our people dollars, a Haitian good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they've got us like in hostage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to free that up. We got to say no, enough is enough. If you want to play this game, you're gonna go play it somewhere else. If you want to play it, you're gonna have to play it by the same rules we are playing. And that's the war. That's the challenge. That's what we got to do. And if they are not happy with that, they need to get the heck out of Haiti. It's that simple. You either in for the benefit or not just for yourself, but for the benefit of the Haitian people, or get the heck out.
Yeah. And everybody, the international community, Haitians, non-Haitians alike, are waiting for that day to come.
Well, we cannot wait though, James. We have to engage. In other words, it's like we are spectators. We are waiting. Okay, you cannot be spectators. You have to participate. You have to engage. You're not like watching a football game. You cannot watch. It's time not to stop watching. It's time now to participate, to get involved, educate yourself, get involved, find out what's going on, find out how to fix this, and get involved to fix it.
Yeah. Yes, a point well taken. And the education system in Haiti provides a very good opportunity to talk about how the application of the Constitution of Haiti is not taking place. So the question is, how different would Haiti be today if Haitians were instructed in accordance with Section F of the Constitution? And so in Section F, the title is Education and Teaching. I'll start with just the intro to Article 32, which says the state guarantees the right to education. It sees to the physical, intellectual, moral, professional, social, and civic training of the people. So before we get into the details of the rest of Article 32, how different would Haiti look if this was being applied?
Well, imagine, James, if you were to have, you know, this kind of participatory situation in Haiti. Imagine if the government of Haiti would do what you just described in Article 32. Imagine if they were, engaging in teaching civic instructions to every Haitians. The Haitian government has TV stations, they have radios, they have the capacity to print things. They've got community station radio stations across every province in Haiti, every department of Haiti. They are not doing their job. Because if they were doing their job, they would at the very least inform the public of those rights and privileges that they have as citizens of Haiti. And they would say to the public, hey, you know what? Here's what we believe you need to do. Here's what the Constitution said that you can do, that the rights that you have to exercise those things. And you would get involved in that, and you would get involved in what education is supposed to be under the Constitution of 1987. You would go and really partner as a state and a government, partner with every single schools, whether they are private or religious schools, and kind of inform them of what the Constitution said that education should be about, and encourage them to do it the way it's supposed to be done according to that Constitution. And I'm not saying the Constitution is gospel. What I'm saying is, it is the rule that by which you can have a society. If you don't like those rules, then go to the process of changing that constitution, amending it.
Hmm. And Article 32.4. This one is very specific in the context of Haiti to helping the country move forward. It says agricultural, vocational, cooperative, and technical training is a fundamental responsibility of the state and its communes. What do you see when you read this part of the Constitution? What is your immediate reaction to the current when you look at the current situation in Haiti?
Well, we have an expression in Haiti, sac vide pas camper. Okay. So if you have people, in the old days we used to distinguish between what we call classical educations and practical education. The classical education is you study Latin, you study Greek, you study literature, and so on and so forth, but you're not trained to do much anything. And this kind of a very clear cut statement in the Constitution talk about vocational technical schools in specific domains. Agriculture, feed yourself. If you cannot feed yourself, what do you end up with? You end up with the kleptocrats convincing you that you cannot do anything. So, hey, you want to buy eggs? They'll import the eggs for you because that's how they make their money. While they're importing the eggs from the Dominican Republic, they're importing eggs, they're importing chickens. And why is it that we cannot have chickens? Because we buy a pair of chickens. You and I, we've done this in HDN. We buy a pair of chickens, and then we donate that to people. Now they have 8 chickens, they have 10 chickens, they have 15 chickens. And those chickens are giving them eggs and more chickens. It's stupid enough that we would get a bunch of kleptocrats to convince us that we cannot even have eggs from our own backyard from chickens. So we have to buy it from the Dominican Republic so they can make money. It's abhorrent. It's you can tell my voice level is going up because it's enraging to me. It
Yeah,
is
yeah.
so satanic and so devilish and so evil. It's not even funny. It's criminal. And then here's a triple whammy. When you go and you buy more than you produce, a couple of things happen that are really, really terrible. Number one, you devalue your own currency because you are paying in dollars. The more you pay in dollars, the more you get dollars out of your central bank and out of circulation in your own country, in your own society. The more your currency, the good, becomes less valuable. Okay? It's the exchange rule. Okay? I mean, I don't need to be an economist to understand that. Nobody needs to be a brainiac to understand that. But that's what they do. They devalue the good and they keep getting dollars from the diaspora and they're pocketing the dollars and they're saying, hey, send more. So the 3 to 4 billion that the diaspora send to Haiti goes in the pockets of the kleptocrats. I mean, because you send the money to James or to Jacques or to Jean or to whomever you send the money to, what do we do with that money? We go and buy goods and services with that money that the kleptocrats are the importers of. So we are giving them the money. We think we are sending it to our families, which is true, but our families needs to go buy the stuff from them. So they get it all the other way we can think of. They are getting the money. We need to stop that. We need to grow our own food, make our own clothes. Back when I was growing up in Haiti, we had cordonnier. Okay, they would make shoes for you, and that wasn't bad at all. We don't have that anymore. You want clothes, you go to a tailleur. Okay, and then sur mesure. Okay, but now no, n'a pas acheté pépé.
Right.
right? Well, and meanwhile, we've got Haitians making clothing to ship overseas, and they don't even get paid enough to make those clothes.
Hmm.
It's it's really, really enraging to me. Okay,
Yeah.
it's enraging to me.
Hmm. Before we get off of that, what do you say to somebody who says, well, what's important is math and teaching science and history and geography. When you try to teach all these additional things, agriculture, vocational training, automotive, woodworking, metalworking, cooperative and technical training, all that costs, the equipment is expensive. You need machinery, you need computers. It's not Haiti can't do it. What do you say to somebody who says things something like that?
Well, you cannot say Haiti cannot do it because you haven't tried it. You don't know if Haiti cannot do it. What I can say though is, at the same time, you don't have to do it all at once. You can start with agriculture and say, you know what? Everybody that goes to primary school, we're gonna teach them and train them how to get a couple of chicken in the backyard. How much a pair of chicken cost, James?
About $20 US.
Okay. So if you have $20 US for a pair of chicken, and you realize that that pair of chicken, that you pay $20 for, gonna give that family chicken, hopefully, for quite some times after that, right? Then what you then realize is that with a $20 investment, you can change the life of a family in Haiti. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if I am in the diaspora and I have family in Haiti, and I do what you and we've done for, I think what we did, 100 families, if I remember, 100 people.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks. So you can send $20, $25 to those people, or $25 to you, or to HDN, or to whomever you want, and say, hey, get me two chicken, and give those two chicken to those people, and help them, do what they need to do to grow, and so on and so forth. So of course, it's not just buying the chickens. You have to show them, how to feed the chicken, how to keep the chicken in cages, and so on and so forth, right? At the end of the day, though, this is the best one of the best investment you can do for anybody in Haiti. And the international community could do the same thing. Instead of giving millions of dollars to do this and that, and it's a bunch of walala, and bunch of palampil, as we say in Creole. Why don't you just focus on the things that are basically at the very, very bottom of human life, and that is food. People said a lot of things about, oh, we have, gangsters and terrorists, or who knows what, doing things in Haiti. And I said, well, okay, but you know what? Sac vide pas camper. If I don't have something to eat, I'm gonna maim, I'm gonna prostitute myself, I'm gonna steal, I'm gonna do whatever the heck I need to do to eat, because I cannot live without eating. I'm a human being, so I have to eat. So the first order of business for the state, the first responsibility of Haitian society, is to feed itself. It's as simple as that. And if you go and you focus on that, it's not going to cost that much money. In fact, President Lula of Brazil has a plan that he has put out, saying that by 2030, for sorry, he would like to do what he has done himself. He was a poor guy, grew up poor with his family, and then now he's the president of Brazil. But Brazil, as a country, had a focus. They wanted to be independent. They don't buy anything from anybody. They build everything they need to build inside of Brazil, including their cars. And when they said, oil, we don't have oil in Brazil, don't worry, we're going to use ethanol for fuel. So their car in Brazil don't use oil because they don't want to buy petroleum products from overseas because they don't have it. So they stick to their own internal resources. And Brazil is the most independent country in the universe known to man today. He's offered to do that for any country that wants it. And I've told the Haitian government people that at least 6, 7 months ago, if not more than that. I said, hey, this is what he has declared. I've sent them the link to it. Talk to to the government of Brazil. In fact, I did that at some point in time. They were having a meeting in Brazil. I don't remember exactly. It was a meeting of head of states. I said, while you are there, talk to the president. He's going to be there for a minute. Talk to his people. Ask them if they can help Haiti do that. I don't know what they've done of it, but there are things that I cannot do because I'm not part of the Haitian government. I'm not in that kind of capacity. But whatever else I can do, I will always be willing and to do and trying to do. The problem is they don't care. They don't care. It's like Michael Jackson said in that song. They don't really care about us. Because if they cared about the Haitian people, they would certainly do different things because they know things that are not just Brazil doing. They are constantly advanced in agricultural capacity to do things. As an example, what's his name? Forced, Jovenel Moise to give him a bunch of lands to do what? To do what with? Nothing. Because the societal construct today is not about having a bunch of lands to do, what we would call, very, very advanced manufacturing type agriculture, massive tractors and mechanical things. No, that's not what it is. That has destroyed the earth. We all know that. What is the best system today, recognized by most specialists in agriculture and environmental protection for the earth and so on and so forth, so we don't destroy the earth that we need to survive and continue to live on, is to go with smallholder farmers, family farming. In fact, there's another example in one of the South American countries what the family farmers are very, very successful. And it's a great thing. We can do the same thing in Haiti. You need small plots of land and you just, control it better. You don't put pesticides and you don't need rollers. You don't need, you don't need anything mechanicals or electric to do anything. It's small things. And we have this program that we call Jardin la Cour, Jardin la Caille. It's a small little plot in your house, in your backyard, and you plant. You grow. The same thing they did in the United States during the last, World War, where in fact the United States Agricultural Department encouraged Americans to have backyard gardens. And in fact, they used to also call them victory gardens during the war. Canada did the same thing as an ally of the United States. You grow food in your backyard. The Seventh-day Adventists also encouraged their members to do the same. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints also encouraged their members to do the same. If you have a backyard, you can plant tomatoes and potatoes and avocados and things like that you can eat from your backyard. And you can exchange with your neighbors if they have different things. It is totally doable. It's not rocket science. We just need to get to it and stop blah 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 blah.
Yes, and we're not gonna blah 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 here. This is what we're doing. As you said, we're gonna get the information out there, help spread the message, encourage and promote, you know, understanding of the information and reading and the appreciation and application of this 1987 Constitution. It's been 30 some years, so we're ready to see it happen, and we're gonna participate in that. And so we've gone through Section F of the 1987 Constitution. For those listening, again, that talks about education and teaching, but there's so much more in the 1987 Constitution. There are 298 articles, and there's been some amendments in 2012. In future conversations and podcasts, we can talk about those. But 298 articles in the Constitution. And on this podcast, we are going to be going through the most pertinent articles that are being neglected right now because we believe with the implementation of the current constitution, not with the new constitution, a changing of the constitution, a revision, but as it is written right now, the application would be sufficient. It would be adequate to see positive change in Haiti. So, Jacques, before we wrap up, at the top we said the name of this podcast is "Let's Fix Haiti." Some people might not be happy about that, Jacques. Why this name? Why "Let's Fix Haiti"? Some people will say Haiti's not broken. Why would we need to fix it? It's not broken. What do you say to them?
Well, I would say, James, that when I was living in Haiti, I could go, in Bel Air and walk around. I could go in La Lue and walk around, without any problem, day or night. I could go to Pétionville and feel very comfortable. I used to live in Pétionville. I would very comfortable. I could go to the Bicentenaire and feel very comfortable. And now for what I'm looking at videos and what have you, I don't even recognize La Lue. Okay, I used to go to school in that area in Collège Fernand Prosper. I cannot recognize it. I just can't. It's like it's full of dirt. It's not even it doesn't even look like a place you can live.
Right.
So people can say whatever they want, but at the end of the day, we have a responsibility as human beings to take care of each other. At least from my Christian faith, that's what I know I need to do. And because of course, I am closer to my roots in Haiti than to anybody else in terms of, genealogically speaking, I feel that if I part and leave this world without at least attempting, trying to change the lives of those people living in Haiti, I would have missed my mission and I would have missed an opportunity to try to help whichever way I can. Because it is really, really painful to me when I go and meet someone in business or in church or wherever for the first time, and they ask you in a store, "Hey, where are you from?" And you said Haiti, and you can tell the look in their faces sometimes tell you everything you need to know. They think you are some kind of a pariah, you know. They sometimes even kind of tell you things that you don't want to hear. Oh, it's bad over there. Yes, of course it's bad. Well, when is that gonna stop? I don't believe that I personally can stop it. But what I do believe is if I don't do anything to at least try to stop it and convince others to let's join forces and let's figure out a way to stop it, I would be missing my roles as a human being. This is not something that I take for granted. I, as a Christian, believe that every human being is my brother or my sister because we are children of God. Well, when I looked at my brothers and sisters in Haiti, it cracked my voice. It pains me in the heart. It hurts because they are suffering like a bunch of animals, but they are not animals.
Mm.
They are children of God.
Yeah. It's a heartbreaking sight. Anybody who's watching, anybody who has a heart for Haiti, anybody who's been to Haiti, yeah, you can't help but get emotional. Uh, and so that's why we're doing this work, is so that people don't so they don't see themselves as animals or treat each other as animals, and they didn't put themselves in this situation. There are larger forces at work that have done this, and I'm here on the ground. I see it every day, and you lived here, you know it. You're helping and you're doing everything you can to change this. but it's going to happen. We're working towards it. So the change is coming. The change is coming. It's not far away. And so for those of you, again, listening, Jacques Jonassaint can be reached on LinkedIn. I don't know if there's any other social medias, Jack, that you would want to share.
Probably LinkedIn is the best. That's the one I use the most. I mean, the other social medias I found are kind of more, to talk about things than, anyway, I like LinkedIn because I think it's a more business environment and that sort of thing. It's not to chit chat nonsense. So my opinion anyway.
Sure. So that's Jacques, Jacqueus, and Jonassaint is Jonassait. And we didn't mention this at the beginning, but Jacques is also the chairman and CEO of HDN, which stands for the Haitian Development Network, which is a 501c6 nonprofit organization promoting social and economic development in Haiti. I am working as well with Jacques on that, and this podcast is part of HDN's initiatives. And the goal of HDN is to empower the Haitian people by providing them with the necessary resources and support to build a better future. So if you want to know more about that, you can visit hdn.org. And there also, if you'd like to help sustain these kinds of initiatives and projects, you can donate as well there. So this has been episode 1. Jacques, we made it through. We got through it. And we'll talk in the next one.
You got it. Hey, thanks, James. You take good care. And again, I appreciate your help.
Same to you.
All right. Bye-bye.